Well, it was a great day for the markets. Even if the whole day didn't turn out as strong, the close was very, very strong. And the Nifty ending about 1% higher, 21654, a new record high, 213 points higher. So very strong show. And the Sensex participated, obviously so. But more importantly, the Bank Nifty participated as well in the session today. 1.17% higher. Yes, the gains were principally led by HDFC Bank, the point contribution on the Bank Nifty. I think over 50% of Bank Nifty's point contribution came in from HDFC Bank alone. But net banks participated. A lot of other sectors participated in today's session. So, for example, it was not just banks, because we had gains in metals, right here, 1.39%. Autos had a good day, 1.51. Cement, by the way, was very, very strong because of the Nomura upgrade. PSU banks up of 2%. And you can make out that what happened in the market was very strong, because if you just look at the losing sectors in the session today, PSC and energy. Hardly any stocks or hardly any sectors which had a dull day in the session today. So what did well? Let's get the first slice going. Actually, before we do that, can we just get the mid cap and the small cap indices once to just mark what the broad end of the spectrum look like, and then we get to the heat map. So the mid cap index 0.39%, not as strong. Small caps were a bit better, but I think it came off, so 0.3%. So the broader end of the spectrum was okay, and which is why the market breadth actually converged at some time midway through the trading day, and then kind of stayed that way. You didn't have a great move at the broader end of the spectrum, so the advanced decline ratio was not looking as impressive. But let's get the heat map up on the screen and show you what moved today. So essentially, as you can see, one row of losers, 10 losers, everything else gain. Not too many losers. ONGC and NTPC worth talking about. Adani Enterprises is the third one. So the top three losers were these. What are the gainers? There was some strength in commodity names today, metals and cement. Hindalco, 4.44% higher, eclipsing Ultratech as the best performing stock, but Ultratech too, about 4% higher after the, I presume after the Nomura upgrade. There was strength in JSW Steel from the metal pack, that did okay. We had some strength in autos too. Like I said, Tata Motors and Bajaj Auto, but even below, you see M&M out here, 1.5% higher, so strong showing there too. And while banks were not at the forefront when it comes to the run or when it comes to the gains, but individually they packed a punch. HDFC Bank 1.24% higher, and you see out here SBI and IndusInd Bank also doing well. And when HDFC Bank, SBI, and to an extent ICICI Bank look okay, I mean 0.72%, you usually have the Bank Nifty doing reasonably okay. Mid caps, small caps, not so strong, unfortunately. So here are the top mid cap gainers. Obviously, they will look well, 3.73% for PNB, Maxfin, and M&M Finance, but just brings about the point that I was making. It was a day dominated by financials, and then some others like Alchem, Voltas, etc. participated, but nothing that great. I mean, there were other stocks like Zen Technologies, Kamdhenu, etc., which did really well. Trent was up about 1.3%. The small cap end of the market had some gainers too, and we'll come to that. But what about the losers? Cummins, REC, PFC, and remember, along with NTPC, PFC, REC too are seeing a bit of gravity. Just very quickly, the small cap end of the market, if we can bring up those gainers. So Kansai sold a land parcel in Lower Parel, up about 3.7, PNB gaining, Ramco Cement, agar symptomatic of what's happening in cement today. But if you look at what, for example, Kesoram did, the big move today. So cement per se looked very strong. Spark had some gains and a bit of a spark, and CESC continued from where it left off, up about 2% on very high volumes as well. And there were some losers, of course, at the broader end of the spectrum, but the day belonged to the gainers. So I think we should end with that. Net, a very strong day for the markets. One that bulls will not have a complaint about. But it'll be interesting to see the PCR. Will be interesting to see what's happening to the kind of volatility or India VIX and what happens tomorrow as we hit the expiry day. So I think that will be very, very important. But net, a big, strong, powerful day for the bulls yet again.